Welcome. In front of me is a Oppo Reno 11F, and today I'll show you how we can go through the setup process of this device. So when you put it up for the very first time, you should be presented with the same screen as you can see on my end. And obviously you only have one option. Click on the arrow and then find your desired language. For me, it already selected a correct one, English, but obviously you have plethora of choices in here. Moving on to the next page, you can select your region. Now this, as far as I know, doesn't really indicate anything, so I'm just going to select whatever. And then next we have legal information, so we have user agreement and privacy policy. You can tap on the blue text right here, view details, on both of them to read exactly what you're agreeing to if you want to. And if you're like everyone else, you're just going to press on next without bothering with this. Anyway, next we have connect to a mobile network. This just allows you to insert your SIM card here, and it does basically what it says, that it wants you to put in your SIM card so it can connect to network. Now if you choose to skip this by selecting next and not inserting a SIM card, next thing you have is the Wi-Fi connection page, and again you can skip this as well. But if you do so, connect to the internet. You need to connect to the internet for a next operation. Please connect to, okay, so it looks like I can't skip it, which might be because the device, let's see, I'm actually gonna check it. Typically you should be able to connect to your, or set up your device without connecting to network. So let's see what we get right here. It's not locked, there's no lock, so I'm not sure why this dog shit wants me to connect to network right now, but I guess we'll find out in a second if it's just for no apparent effing reason, which is what I'm kind of banking on right now. But like I said, in theory, you should be able to set up your Android without internet connection, assuming it is not locked, and assuming it's not Samsung, because Samsung also requires some stupid reason internet connection when setting it up for the first time. But here, it looks like there is no lock. In reality, there shouldn't be a lock, considering I did reset it through settings. And next page will basically answer this. Now I did kind of skip over, there we go. So I did skip over one thing. Right here we have the copy apps and data. Allows you to restore your device backed up data from the cloud, from Google Cloud specifically. You can utilize this if you want. You can select don't copy. You can also utilize the Oppo phone clone, I think they have, as an application, which allows you to choose each individual application and all the data manually, and then the two devices, assuming you have an old device, will create a hotspot between each other and then move over the data that way, which might be a little bit better than utilizing the Google backup, as Google backup doesn't back up everything. Now, anyway, moving on to the next page, we have the sign in page. So we can see that the device wasn't locked and it just required me to connect to the network for no reason whatsoever, outside of go bye your privacy, which is primarily what Google thrives to do. Anyway, you can sign into your Google account in here if you want to, or you can skip this, hopefully. Yep, skip. Yep, but we can. Next we have Google services like location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. Now we can turn those off, but keep in mind it's Google, so I doubt turning them off actually does much. Next we have a choice for our search engine. I would choose whatever isn't Google, Brave maybe. Oh, and Bing either. Like Google or Bing are just meh. Next we have unlocking method. So here we can choose some kind of protection to your device, and we have several different ways of protecting this device. We have fingerprint, which is the under display fingerprint sensor, face recognition through camera, and also under password we have pin, pattern, or password. Now with that being said, if you're planning to utilize any of those two, fingerprint or face recognition, you will always be required to select a physical way of unlocking the device, and that is strictly due to circumstance that if something would happen to your face or your finger, or both, let's just say, you would lose access to your device. So therefore that would leave you with the last option, pin, pattern, and password, which isn't subject to change when your biometrics change because, for instance, you cut your finger or something. So still you could unlock your device. So something to keep in mind. Anyway, we can also skip this if you want to. I'm gonna see, you know what, I'm gonna, come on, for goodness sake, I'm gonna select a pattern right here. Now Oppo thinks that their user base is a bunch of morons, considering they do give you this thing that you need to remember your password, and they put a 5-second timer on it because apparently we don't know what passwords are. Okay, moving on to the next page, we have a review additional apps. So as you can see, it just selects a bunch of dogshit applications automatically. I would recommend probably deselecting all of them, as most of us will probably not find use for 90% of those. See anything good in here? Hope these are just primarily applications designed to bring revenue. Okay, great. So I'm gonna deselect all of them and we can move on. Obviously, I would probably recommend deselecting all of them, as they're just general malware and just kind of like spam on your phone. Most devices come pre-installed with these kind of applications that might have some partnership with the company. For instance, most devices come pre-installed with Netflix. So that's kind of similar here. Anyway, next we have some recommendations. So we have auto update overnight, global search, quick connect, VDC services, user experience programs, and so on. So some of them are actually turned off for some reason by default, and some of them are on. I'm gonna turn off the VDC if that is what I think it is. We have some global search, don't really care, that's for the home screen. Well, actually I just turned off everything. Anyway, so let's go to the next page, which allows us to choose our navigation style. Now we have two different ones. We have button navigation and gesture navigation. If you obviously used either of those, both of them, you know what they exactly are. But for people that don't know, button is the old school one with these kind of buttons like you have right here, and gesture allows you to just use gestures like swipe up or swipe from either side to go home, to resend applications, and to go back, which is what I prefer, so that's what I'm going to select. And then we can just click on get started, and it should present us with our home screen. There we go. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.